Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon when you're watching this or listening to this. Is Monday, April 2nd. Second.
Third.
Second. Second. Third. Third. It's Monday, April 3rd. Yes, it's Monday. It's been a long week. See, you got it on the intro. Gotcha. This is Conversations with the Katzes. That 12-hour marathon we got threw me off what day it was. This is episode like 7 or 8. We actually really start counting and knowing what number it is. I got to change the edit up there as I have it as a second. It's off by a day. So I have that off. Oh, yeah, this is the first month of the second quarter of 2023.
Yes.
Aha! Got you in on the conversation. 3 years of working in the unemployment office type stuff, you learn what quarters are and what time they are. It's kind of weird. But we're going to free flow here because we don't really have much of a topic idea as of yet because it's been a hectic weekend. I already thought it was Sunday still. But in short, a lot of it could be just following God's path and him as I heard on the podcast, or not podcast, a preacher talking about just like Michael Jackson's, let him guide your steps. He'll light up a step, light up another one. Keep on going, look back. The other ones are dark. Don't worry about the ones. Worry about the ones right in front of you only. Those are the ones that he's got and everything. That's the important part. Is just let him guide it, because like now we're going out to Iowa in a couple of weeks. Had to be in North Carolina for 9 months. Shout out to Go Ye. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you, brother. As you can see, we didn't get to 10,000. That's okay. I'm kind of sad and excited about that all at the same time. I was excited if we would have got it, but upset if we did, because I would have had to shave this off. And I know you're still fasting and praying on it. But we will bring on the show one day if you're willing and able at some point. Really do appreciate you. Just get you on here at some point. We would like to talk to you about some stuff too. I know. She has no idea. I'll tell her later. But anyways, once again, this conversation here with the Katzes episode something. So, like I said, we're talking about letting them guide your steps. What do you have on that?
Just start playing in my backyard. It's not fun. It's not fair.
Life's not always fair.
Yeah. Trust him with your steps to guide your steps. So I kind of covered this on our 12-hour, but I'll say it again. I was getting frustrated because I've had to step out a lot this last year in faith and learn patience, not only with people, but with situations and God's timing, most of all. I'm always been the make it happen type person. And the frustration comes in when it doesn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen. But then I found out if I would have just given God the chance, it would have worked out fine. It would have been so much easier.
Yeah.
And it's just listening, because like I got the middle of April and beginning of April, I got in my spirit when I was praying, it's like, start packing. You're moving.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I've packed up what I could that I didn't need for the next 2 weeks. And I was like wondering,
what what's he mean by why am I packing?
Why am I packing if I'm not going anywhere?
Yeah.
We've been applying for jobs and stuff like that for travel assignments, and I was put in for so many.
Those are like
And
six,
no
six,
phone calls.
yeah, 6 or 7 a day at
Yeah.
times.
Sometimes it was 1 or 2, but most days it was like anywhere from 3 to 5. And that was for 2 months.
Yeah.
And I was getting no phone calls.
Yeah.
Or I did get a job offer and prayed on it and got and the door closed. And then it was like, okay. So then I'm like, okay, Lord, then I'll start working with my financial counselor. And then I was like, and then the door opened again. I'm like, am I supposed to go through this? And then the door closed before I could even respond. And I thought, okay, what do you want from me?
Yeah.
What was to write a book, and I started writing. But I had just reached the limit of getting frustrated. It's like, Lord, I don't do well with time on my hands.
Yeah.
Because I get in my own head. So God and I had a discussion. In fact, I did most of the talking or yelling. And shortly thereafter, I said, I know when I prayed on this and I got this job, I know God's hand is in it. Okay. But I also know that how do I want to word it? I don't know how to explain it. And this is just my perception. I may have more truth later on, but this is just my perception, is that we're not stepping out of his will, but we're not, this is okay to go over and do this. He's fine with this. He's got us protected. He's going to take care of us, all that kind of stuff. But it's not going to be as fruitful as I'd like it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he goes to seminary, then that's where we're supposed to be. But I've been struggling with depression and anxiety like crazy. And if I'm working, then it's like I'm busy doing something. I can focus on what's in front of me right then at that point. Still write the book. I'm about halfway done. Woohoo!
And it's not 3
get it all put
pages.
Together. Well, it's about 15. It's gonna be short. It's gonna be a short book.
It's a short, powerful book.
But it's literally going to be from the time we got here to the time that we're leaving. So it's going to be over a 9-month period. So it's going to be a fairly short book, but it's going to be lessons I've learned and, biblical references and stuff like that. It's actually, I read some stuff for people and I'm like, man, you can write. So,
others besides me.
Yeah. So, and the goal of the book is to help someone who's been through a traumatic situation and is stuck to move forward, to give somebody hope that feels like what they're in is hopeless, and that's what the purpose of the book is for. But I am so grateful to be moving forward in both avenues. And so, but back to when I said he was playing in my backyard was, what was it, a year ago or so? When I had a dream that Jason dropped me off in a small town in the middle of there's 4 corners and each corner had a light, a street light. It was like midnight, and it was dark except for where in that 4-way stop where you dropped me off at. And he's like, now go to work. And I'm like, where? Which way? He's like, And I'm like, no, I don't know. Which way? And he's like, and he drove off. And I'm like, where am I going? And then I woke up. So,
that could be Iowa.
Yeah.
No, I don't plan on dropping me off randomly.
No. But it's one of those things where, and at the time I didn't have a job and things like that. So I was kind of right in that boat. But it's basically, when I prayed on, I'm like, Lord, what does this mean? Because I know that not every dream I have is a vision or anything like that. I'm not psychic or anything like that. I'm psycho maybe, but not psychic.
Get out of my head. I was just thinking that.
So,
about me, not you.
But anyway, you know, I didn't know where I was supposed to be going, what I was supposed to do, and which road I was supposed to take. And I asked him, I prayed and I said, what does this mean? He's like, he goes, you go down on one of the dark streets, and if the path you're on is correct, it'll light up for you. It'll light up as you go. You'll have light. You'll see that it's the right direction. You'll see where it's supposed to go. He goes, if it's not, he goes, it won't light up for you.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be confused. You'll be lost. You'll get, there'll be fear there. I'm not saying everything that we're fearful of, though. Don't misquote me. Everything, because you can be on the right path and be afraid. So not everything that makes you fearful is not the right path.
Yeah. Sometimes you go in some dark places not knowing and being afraid, realizing that that's what you're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
It feels scary.
Yeah.
But that's actually, trying to say it right. It's not working so well today.
Well, you start walking in a dark space and you're afraid because you don't know what's in front of you more than just a step. You don't know if, and sometimes it may not be a bright light. Sometimes you may be like, is that the right way I'm supposed to be going, or am I? It's not like all of a sudden the whole street lights up. I mean, it's literally one step in front and that's God saying, do you trust me enough to do this? And as long as those steps light up, or in a parabolic sense, light up in front of you, you're going the right way. You can still have fear because you don't know what's at the other end.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you go down those other dark areas and they don't light up, and then you're like, oh, this doesn't feel safe. It's not necessarily fear, you just don't feel safe. And when you don't feel safe, that's when you got to turn around and go back. But just, you got to trust him. I mean, everything I went through here, I assure you, is for my own good. And God doesn't always clarify for us, but he did clarify for me that basically what I went through was a test,
mm-hmm.
a proof. Our old pastor likes to call it a proof, not a test. He's not testing you because God doesn't test us.
Confirming.
He proves us. And I don't know about you, but I've been walking around the wilderness for a while in the past and having to redo those proofs because I failed. But this one, I'm actually even surprised about my responses. I didn't think I was strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
And he proved to me I was.
Mm-hmm.
It's also kind of why I call him a proof, because he proved to me that I was.
Your hard-headedness proves that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just determined. Some call it stubborn.
Yeah. Some call it pig-headed.
We got lots of words. If you have any names that we can come up with, no kidding. No.
I laughed once because I joked, and I always used to say, before I was Christian, even after I was Christian, God gave me bad legs, so he had to give me a hard head. And he spoke in my spirit so plain as day. He goes, I said hard head, not hard-headed. I said, oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Miscomprehended that. Yeah. Yeah. But even with the time where we're in currently, too, it's like my job assignment was supposed to end on the 31st, on Friday. A couple weeks prior to that, I got a notification and asked, happy to offer an extension for you
for 30 days.
30 days, which is the actual end of the contract, which is the April 30th. I'm like, oh, okay. You still have an assignment yet. And I was like, I'll take it. And now we got April 17th, and I'm like, now I'm trying to battle how do I get work?
Get there and still keep.
Yeah. I want to sign on, I keep saying sign on bonus. It's not sign on. It's stay on bonus kind of thing. And I'm like, well, I want to stay to the natural end of the project. But I need time to get back to Iowa, so I got to take at least it's like a 2-day trip, but we got to leave day to pack and everything, so it's like 3 days, it's half a week. Then get there and figure out the internet situation, how I can do the job still, and then do all that. It'll take some time off while we get there, get that situated, and then I have like a week left. Do I stay on for that week? Do I stay on that week? Not sure. So I still got to talk with the supervisors about how that's going to pan out. But I mean, I took it saying, yeah, we got nothing else lined up, and now everything else came at once. So,
but that's okay.
It's an abundance. So, but shout out to Orlando for watching.
Yes, thank you, Orlando.
It seems weird that we see our own name on there, but yeah, it's us. It's Orlando chiming in. Appreciate you.
I do want to say and ask for prayer for. There's some apartments that we might be able to get into, so instead of going to a hotel, go straight to apartment with internet access. And so that would be like literally 1 day of interruption. 0 to 1 days of interruption. Just so he can honor his contract that he agreed to do.
Worst case scenario would be you stay at the hotel or wherever, and I don't have internet yet. I just go home and go back to our house there. We have friends that watch, and shout out to them for house sitting for us. We appreciate that. Yeah. But the internet's still available there, and that's already been tested by AT, so I know it works. But it's kind of awkward going back in there for that week. So. I'm going to post what you just posted there. No, kidding, Orlando. It's still there. People can still see it. But if I have to go back home for the week, or for 4 or 5 days, that might be a thing that I have to do to keep that going.
Yeah.
But they have bus service there. The hotel one hotel we're looking at is 1.5 miles away from the hospital, which is nice.
I could roll there.
No, you can't. Not with that bridge there. You're hard-headed, but not that. No.
I'm a motorized vehicle. I can take a lane.
Yeah, they can take you out. You gotta go over the highway with the one road that one, like for a block or whatever. But
that's a long bridge.
Yeah. How half a block? It's long bridge. But we have there's a bus service you can take to get there, which is not a huge deal. That's plausible. But once again, we got all that paperwork taken care of. But it's going somewhere like that. Oh. But like I said, just taking the extra time. If I would have known she had this assignment, I'm like, well, I'll pass on staying to the 31st and just kind of cut it. But we didn't have it, so I took it. Now I know I'm supposed to kind of ride it out as long as I can. And that aspect, and still be respectful to my employer in that aspect. I said it's been 3 years. May 18th? No. May 7th. It was in May. Started in May. But yeah, it's pretty much been almost 3 years to the day that we started. Maybe 2 years and 11 months. But it's been 3 years on that journey. What that started off, it was supposed to be
6 months.
3 months, possibly 6. Turned into 3 years. For somebody that couldn't hold a job down for the life of me prior to all this. 6.5 years at a certain super center type store, and then 3 years here. So, but the next step is, do I write out unemployment and try to find work in part time? Go somewhere for 3 months. It's hard to get someone to hold on to you for 3 months. Find some remote work again, or the city we're going to actually has tourists. Oddly enough, tourist season in Iowa, which seems kind of weird to begin with, but they have a tourist season in Iowa. So I might be able to get some work involved in that, possibly. Well, then she would.
I love it.
Oh, Orlando, what are we going to do with you? Love you, but man, you two are 2 peas in the pod. So make me have her tell you that, say that statement again. Keep the ladies away from you. Oh, he is such a. I'm gonna leave that alone. Do you want to join in on it? So you can join in on the conversation too, Orlando. We're welcome to bring you in. Not just conversation with us. You can join in.
Your family too.
Yeah, you can join in. You know how to get in. I don't need to send you an invite.
I don't know if he's shaking his head no or not.
We had a long day today. It started off this morning by driving out to Charlotte. The edge of Charlotte, very edge of Charlotte, to go to get the drug tests and yeah, it was drug tests and
Physical.
Physical. Let's get physical. But she had a great experience with the doctor. That sounded wrong. Yeah. Okay. Well, Orlando's from the chest up, so we're good. Don't worry about it. I don't want to ask what color boxers you have on either. If you have boxers on, that's all good. It's all good. Join in the conversation. We got another half an hour to go, so you can use that. But you're saying with the doctor, but perspective of how people see you too, with the power chair. You know, fingers that don't go out all the way. I keep forgetting about that. Mobility, just all that aspect. To give her a hard head, but also fills it with a lot of knowledge and be able to understand things and do things and put up with me for 22 years.
Why did you just waste turn?
We turned colors. Doctor was probably hot.
No.
I don't know. I didn't see him. I don't know what's wrong. You forgiveness is recorded. No,
it was funny. He said he does a lot of for hearing tests, and he says he always tells the guys, "Your hearing is impeccable. It's great." He goes, "But don't tell your wife that. Don't ever tell your wife that."
And what did he tell you about yours?
Oh, I had wax buildup in my ear. I told Jason that I had to get drops to get it out of. I told him, so see, I'm not ignoring you. I just can't hear.
Yeah. So she does have one ear that hears really well. The other one, she always turns towards me. So she can't hear me.
No. Just don't stand on my right side.
Are you sure it's your right side?
Yeah.
You know your rights and lefts? Still working on it.
This side. That stems from earlier today. And anyone who's married understands this, or has been married understands this. He's like, I said, it's clear from the left, but I was looking right. He goes, well, that's great. I can see left. I can't see from the right. And I said,
go ahead.
So anyway, because he sits in the bus, there's a metal there, so you can't see. He has a blind spot from the right to be able to see. So, but yeah, anyway.
Yeah, like it's clear to the left. That's cool. I can see that way. I need help on the right. So navigation up, down, right, left. Those are secondary things.
I usually point over there, and he's like, "That'd be great if I was looking at you, but I'm driving forward." So, directions, please.
You just keep going that direction. What direction is that? Yeah.
I said, I don't know. He said east, west, north, south. I'm like, I have no idea which direction we're even going. So
I don't do that. Oh, even just right, left. I mean, where am I headed? But the doctor was impressed with all the stuff she can do and all that, and we get all tested at all that level. And I said the biggest thing she does is put up with me for 22 years, and that's powerful. That's a book right there.
Just the first time I know that.
Was it 1 year?
No. No, that's when I decided that not to be as selfish. I still got a ways to go, but I had to be my way or the highway.
Yeah, getting upset about the dishes. How the dishes get done, washed.
And folding the towels.
This is how you fold towels. It's folded. And I give up. If you want to do it your way, you do it your way. And that's pretty common in marriages. Mm-hmm. So just be happy it's being done.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I've just learned to, if he does dishes and there's a dirty dish, I just rewash it. And he does the same. So we don't say anything to anybody.
Yeah.
A couple times he said, "Why are you washing that?" I go, "Because it's dirty."
And then when you get upset when there's a dish that's dirty and you realize that you washed it.
Oh yeah, I've done that before. I went to put dishes away the next morning because they're drying in the rack, and I go back and I'm like, "Oh, that dish is dirty. Throw that back in the sink."
That didn't play out as I expected.
I still rewash my own if they're dirty. So.
Yeah. So do you want to pull up a video of some sort? Watch a little video?
Sure, but I don't know.
Uh-oh. Wait. Orlando said here he's... Oh, I got a message from Orlando. Saying he's coming.
Cool.
Okay, maybe we'll switch to a video real quick. No offense to Orlando. I'm gonna pull up a video real quick as he he's gonna join in here. What can we pull up? What do you want to pull up? What do you want? Tell me. Let me know. Pick one.
You're going too fast.
Open up the heavens, filthy rags. Let's do that one.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I don't think we have to play Slim Chances.
Yeah, we do.
Cutting ties?
Yeah, we did that.
Okay, let's see.
How about Mom? I can use a little message here. Scroll
Or,
down.
there we go.
Okay.
We're going to do Mouth by Filthy Rags. We're going to join them in and watch this video.
Yep.
Or it's actually just the audio. So here we go. I'm saying this is Mouth. I moved that. That wasn't right. Mouth by Filthy Rags. We are back. As you can see, we have Orlando Presents has joined us. Hopefully wearing pants, but if he doesn't, that's cool too. We won't judge. We won't do.
He froze.
He's froze again.
Well, I had to plug in my systems. You can't hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. We got
We
you.
can hear you.
Do you hear us? Slowly moving. Hey, Jared, appreciate you watching. Oh, it looks like you got your tag.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You back.
What happened?
You said you
You
froze.
hear me now?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can hear
Oh,
you.
we
okay.
can hear you.
And you're moving. You were stuck.
Man,
Really
I
awesome.
don't know what's up, man. I don't know if it's like we said before. I don't know if it's StreamYard or what. I believe it
Yeah.
is. I'm gonna do some research and see what's going on with that because it can be their internet service.
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited to be here. Here, conversation with the Katzes. So that's how it is on this side of. That's how it is on this side of town.
Yeah.
Wow,
Appreciate you joining in.
nice and plush and everything. Got coffee in the green room.
Well, it might be green coffee in the dark room, but
Oh wow, oh
but
wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just threw one.
We're low budget here. We're low budget. So
That's funny.
We have
I
water.
just threw on something real quick to come on and you know definitely join in with my fam.
appreciate it.
Yeah. So what's going on other than y'all running up the highways and byways today?
That's about it.
That's about it. That and get groceries. That's about all we were gonna do.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
was gonna try to get my permit today here, but then we decided that would probably be ill-advised since we're not gonna be living in North Carolina anymore. Well,
Yeah, that's
not
yeah,
saying forever, but not for a while anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well go ahead and get yours in the Buckeye State of
I won't get it
Iowa.
back. We get it back. It's Hawkeye.
Okay.
Hawkeye. Hawkeye is
Hawkeye
Ohio.
State. So it's Hawkeye State. I got to get used to that. Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
It's college. College.
Got to put a hard hawk on it.
Yeah, she's probably gonna work and get her license in Illinois. Realistically.
We're probably gonna
Oh,
go.
okay.
We're gonna get there Friday night, so then
Yeah.
we're gonna go Saturday to the DMV in town in Galesburg, where we're from, and try to get just a permit. I just want to get a permit to start
Okay.
with, just to start practice driving, because it'd be a lot
Right.
easier. Like he can't see at night, I can see fine at night,
Right.
so we could drive longer distances if I could drive.
Well, if you can see me, I'm pretty sure you can see fine at night.
Oh. Oh.
See, I like when Judy starts laughing. Sometimes she'll look at Jason. It's almost like, is it okay to laugh at that?
That's perfect. Should I laugh?
that look was at him was like, is he saying for me?
Oh man. Oh man.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. So yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely I hope y'all, not hope, I know y'all gonna have safe travels and everything. So you can still go live, on here while you're traveling to Iowa, and you can let us know all your stops and the creepy people at the gas station.
But what if I am the creepy people at the gas station in a bus?
Well, why would you call yourself a people? That means you're bigger than one person.
Have you seen me? I'm more than one people.
Wow.
Not nice.
Wow.
It's true. You split me in half. I'm still two people.
Yeah.
Just being honest. But anyways.
PHAT.
PHAT. Okay. But
No,
we're gonna
no,
be driving.
nice.
Yeah, we're gonna leave
Man.
here. I'm avoiding the construction area that I went through last time. So I looked at the map to see where we're headed, and it's on 85 there in South Carolina. And I looked at the map today, and there was a 40-something minute delay at that spot because of a car accident. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I'm not going through there. Because what it is, there's the lanes, and there's cement walls right on each edge of the line. So you have zero wiggle room on those lanes. And my bus takes the entire lane. I'm like going 60 miles an hour. Nope, I'll go further south, take an extra hour of my drive
Wow.
to stay on a highway that's actually safer. I don't care. I don't care.
Wow.
Just so
Mm.
we're gonna go through Augusta, was it Augusta, Georgia?
All the traveling, shoot, you might as well say y'all a military family. Hmm.
So much as we're moving.
Yeah,
I'm hoping
No,
we
I
can
was.
stream packing soon.
Yeah.
yeah. So what have you been up to?
Y'all started packing yet?
A
A
little.
little.
Work.
I think that's what this week is going to be. A lot more
Oh,
packing,
okay.
and by the beginning of next week, I'll be down to 3 outfits, and I'll just wash them every 3 days.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay. I
All four.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah, I just been at work all day, man. Been at work, getting stuff together, getting stuff straight. Had a couple of clients to do today, and then tomorrow we have a big client to do. We got to do a lot of things for that client before they move back into their house. So pray for us. It may take 2 days, and it may not. We're gonna start kind of early in the morning and try to get that knocked out, get that done. Um, we got to do carpet cleaning, window cleaning, refrigerator, stove, all the good stuff. So yeah, man,
Awesome.
it's gonna be a decent little job. So, but that's all right. Right
Yeah.
now, I say I started doing this. I started the rating the temperature of a house. And I just do this for myself. I don't even tell the client or anything or whatever. And I just recently basically told Robin that's what I do because I don't want people to look at me strange. But but when I go into a house, I I rate the the strength or the feeling of the house, like the aura of the house or whatever. And sometimes when we first start, it comes out as a D or a C or whatever, just determining how dirty or clean it is. And then by the time we get done, it should be up to an A. So, or I'm not even gonna say that. It may be up to a B or an A, just depending on what we were able to get to or what the client really wanted or whatever. Sometimes it still stays within that range, but that's just something that recently started hitting me. So, because
Mhm.
and like I said, it's I don't know, it's just something strange that started hitting me in my head. Is like when I walk into a house and stuff now, um, it almost feels like God is speaking to me
Mhm.
and through the house or something. I don't believe in spirits, so I would say it's God, and it just feels like I can feel an emotion or something of what's going on when I walk into a person's house now. Like even the house that I'm in right now, even my house, I would say, honestly, I would give my house a C because my house is feeling confused. It
Mhm.
doesn't know what's going on. It keeps seeing people come in and out and do different things. So,
Mhm.
and like I said, people may look at that as weird. That's why I don't tell a lot of people, but I guess I'm telling a lot of people now, huh?
Good one.
But
Might be
later on, they'll be listening and they'll listen to the recording and be like, yeah, what's wrong with him?
yeah. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, you're. I mean,
Well,
I
nothing
just
is.
I just I just feel that I'm that in tune with my job. That's the way I started taking it, is that I'm actually getting that in tune with my job to do a better job when we get there, because by the time we leave, I want that person's vibrations or the spiritual, waves in that house to be a A. And
mhm.
if it's an equate for me, it equates to, if the person's house is the spiritual vibrations, for me, if it goes to an A, that means when the person comes in, they should feel that energy and feel more at peace and more calm as well. Because you never know. Some families, and this is going down a deep mental rabbit hole, so just bear with me. Because some families may be going through a certain situation. You know what I'm saying? And then once they come home and they see that the house is clean and everything's organized, things of that nature, it may ease what they were going through. So that means it would raise the level of their spirituality and their spiritualness, because now they're like, man, I'm not so concerned with what we were concerned about, because now I'm taken away by, the aroma of the house, the cleanliness of the house. Now I'm feeling much better because all I have to do is come home and just relax, and I don't have to pick up, lend a finger to do anything, to clean
Mhm.
anything. It's been done.
Yeah.
Well,
So it raises their level up
Mhm.
as well at the same time.
Yeah.
well, and just you said it back it's best toward the end was like if you come home and your house is a mess and you got a lot on your mind and a lot of other things going on, if that house is clean, it's like they can say, check, I don't
Yep.
need to worry about that. So now I have energy to put into what I really need to take care of.
Yep.
Which could be like solving a problem with the kids, but you don't have time to sit down because you've got a house to clean up and dishes to do. And it's sometimes I know from personal experience, I'll use cleaning as a distraction for not doing what I don't want
Other things.
to
Yeah.
not do what I need to do or want. Or that's my house being messy was in Galesburg was a reason for not writing the book. I
Hmm.
was like putting that roadblock in there, going, "See, I can't do it because I got to do all this other stuff first."
Right.
But if I had someone come in and clean the house, I'd be like, "Okay, well that roadblock's gone. Now I guess I got to get to my book."
Now I gotta find something else to, self sabotage. I'm good at that.
Yeah, but
I'm good at self sabotaging myself on that. But I have it's also my mindset. If it's clean, you gotta, first start it. You always say, like a clean desk. I never have no clean, organized desk. I mean, it's there. I can find the top of it.
But it's also one of those things. If you walk in our house and my mind's in chaos, you're gonna see it.
Yeah.
The house reflects where my mind is at, where my mental state's at.
Yeah. And then also, with certain husband and wives or whatever, that's sometimes their a scapegoat to try to complain about that, with their husband or wife. Oh, see, you never clean this house. This house is a mess. Well, now that has been taken off the table. So what are you going to complain about now?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
And that's
yeah, folks out there, if your house is a mess, you need to call a very capable house cleaner to come in and not only clean up your house, but clean you up mentally. You'll thank us later.
well, it'll,
It is.
it'll make you focus on what is really the issue, not nitpick at the little stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Like I always used to complain the house was a mess with this, that, or the other, but my complaint was the fact that he wasn't helping. And I felt like I was doing everything. I wasn't, but I was at drama queen age where I thought, well, it's like I'm working 2 jobs. I have to come home, do dishes and laundry and blah, blah, blah. What's he doing? But if we had someone clean up the house, I can be like, okay, now what am I doing?
I mean, and in a lot of cases, especially with your case, your apartment or whatever and stuff is not that big, so you could probably find somebody for really, really inexpensive, to come in once a month. You don't even have to do it, that often. Just come in once a month or whatever, and that should be good for y'all. Even if you wanted to do it, say you'll tell the people and be like, you know what, we're only doing this just to have a treat for myself and my wife. We're going to do this every 3 months. And and we save up for that. And that's our treat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, here we don't have that. So we're gonna be here. We're here for 10 more days.
But our new place.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about your other place and
The new
stuff.
place,
You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, or the house.
But I was thinking about when we got
Yeah.
back to Galesburg permanently.
Well, yeah, we gotta
Or
we
where
got we
we
gotta
go
clean up.
permanently.
Yeah, we gotta clean a bunch of stuff out at the house too. I
We're
mean,
getting a dumpster and getting rid of stuff.
Yeah, just fly us down. We'll we won't charge you that much just for plane tickets and stuff like that.
just plane tickets, hotel stays, 3 square meals,
we would have to have
back
two
massages.
separate, two separate hotel rooms. Let me see, per diem for the week now.
Her family, bring the kids out. No tickets to the movie theater.
Oh man.
Dinner at the local steakhouse, so we don't have
Yeah.
one.
Bulletproof vest for both of us. Make sure we're safe.
Yeah, with our neighbors behind us. They like to shoot off their shotguns in celebration.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're okay.
oh my
They're
goodness, man.
nice.
The other
But
neighbors,
yeah, so I mean that's
yeah, go on.
oh, just a tidbit, man. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let everybody else know out there too. If you're ever thinking of doing like a sandwich or something, if you like chicken salad, go and do some chicken salad melts. Now, don't get me wrong. The way that you do the chicken salad melt, only if you like spicy a little bit. Get some pepper jack cheese and some sharp square cheese, and then you put your sharp down, your chicken salad, then your pepper jack, and you grill it. Oh my goodness! Thank me later. Whew.
You're welcome.
The most best sandwich, and that is our recipe for today on Conversation with the Katzes. Thank
That's
you.
That's our meal with Orlando Presents as our special surprise guest.
Thank you.
and
I love
the
you. I
question,
love you.
and the
I love
question we
you. I
have,
love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
and the question we have is Orlando wearing pants?
Well, that question is answered by no. he's not. Well, it all depends. Is boxers actually pants?
Yes.
The boxers are boxers. So yes, I am.
That's-
You have been saved, world. You have been saved.
You are covered. You are covered. You are covered.
We promise this is not a 12-hour show, y'all. We promise.
Good Lord, no! I don't have the energy to make it to 10
We're
o'clock.
still tired from the last one.
Oh my goodness. Yesterday I was like, I couldn't even believe I got up and walked to the park to go to church. I was like, man, by the time I got there, I looked up and said, God, you know this was all you, right? Because there's no way. I was like, there's no way. Because I was honest, man. I was even honest with my ride when they called me. I was like, look, I wasn't gonna come, but it's right down the street. So hey, yeah, I'll be ready in a minute. I mean, they didn't have to come get me, but I told him I was like, nah, I'll walk down there. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, we watch.
But that's why I said it was all God because but it was a good service though, so I'm glad I did walk down there.
It looked nice.
It was fun. I helped, and I forgot that I signed up to help hide the eggs and stuff. So I didn't want to not be there, and then they'd be like, "Oh, you didn't want to hide the eggs." I'm like, okay.
Were you hiding the eggs? You got them still, right? That's where I'm
Hey
hiding.
man, there's one egg that I'm pretty sure the kids are never gonna find. I put it way up in a tree, and I was like, "Yeah, they ain't gonna find this one. I'm gonna go back and get this one when I go to the park. That's gonna be my egg."
That's wrong. Right?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I didn't do that. Or am I? So, man, did y'all already do the financial moment?
What was
We
that?
haven't done that yet, no.
No, Harry.
Look at Harry.
People hide his dress. He just hides.
Wow.
Me too.
That's what I should have did. I should have just hid instead of
Find the Orlando. Where's he
when
at?
they called my name and like, me no speak English.
What we did with Penny is funny. I ran around and Jason hid in a random spot in the big area. Not in our apartment, in the big area of the building.
Complex.
And what is it? Probably a couple of thousand square feet.
Oh,
square foot.
that's huge.
Anyway, he hid in that area.
I hid behind a
And
wall.
She literally, I said, "Go find Dad," and she literally nose in the air. And I took her specifically. I saw where he was, and I specifically took her on the opposite side. And she literally nose in the air. She baylined over to the walkway that went over to that side, and she went right up to him and said, "He's right there." And then she just kept,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I mean, she
That's
got
awesome.
yeah. I can see her. She took a hard left or hard right. No, it was a hard left.
Yeah, hard left.
And then she got to the end of the little area, and then she stood there for a sec. Hard right, ran right up to me like, "Here you are." Like,
Now that's awesome for two reasons, or it could be bad. I don't know. I mean, you had that much of a strong scent, Jason, that he found you like
I'm
that?
like, I showered.
Okay.
But she is part beagle. She is
That's
part
good.
beagle.
So we'll blame it on the Irish Spring. So that's good.
It's Old Spice.
Oh,
I'm
well, we, Mr. Frizzy Frills, Old Spice Dewey.
It's the only thing that keeps the stench away.
That's kind of wow. That's kind of high class. All I can afford is alcohol and water. What?
Okay, I'll send you a bottle. I have your address for now. I'll send it to you.
Man.
So we can smell you all over here. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Hey, you might.
Oh man.
I don't know why comedians every time a comedian says something and they start laughing at their own joke and they have a mic, they always do this. Like, what the heck is that? Do you slap yourself on a regular basis? Now that's the question, Kevin Hart.
Oh man. You want to do a financial moment?
Yeah, let's do a video and then bring back with a financial moment.
Do a video
and then come back with a financial moment.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta see.
Financial moment. Money. Financial moment. Oh.
Which video did you want to do? Do you want to do Adeline or you want to do that at the very, very end?
Man, y'all getting fancy, switching up backgrounds and stuff. Y'all just swagalicious over here.
Yeah, it's something. Let's switch it back again. Watch. No, it didn't switch again. Nope.
Watch the sleight of video. Watch the sleight of hand.
The sleight of something to smack me. Oh, there's this one. Where's that?
Uh-oh. Make sure it's some rock. I want a rock.
Oh, we had mouth earlier. I must be the other one. Hold on. I gotta find where you put all the videos.
Yeah, you know me. Shoot.
Yeah, there it is. Do you want to do masquerade or what really matters? Your call. What really matters?
I like masquerade.
Want to do masquerade? We're gonna do masquerade by Adelaide.
Oh yeah, I like that song too. Good choice. Good choice, Judy. Judy.
I don't get any credit. I'm just a DJ. I hit the button.
Good choice, Judy. That's right. You get no credit at all, Mr. Smelly Man.
Hey, at least I'm wearing pants. Well, your boxes. Okay, what those are?
Right,
you just had to go there, didn't you? That's okay. That's okay if I got ashy knees. That's all right.
I didn't know what that was. He had to explain it to me.
What's
what do you
that?
mean by? I didn't know. She didn't know what ashy meant. What do you mean by
I was at
ashy?
the Mary Kay conference, and I can't remember his name. I wish I could. He was great. He had great one-liners and all that. He worked for Mary Kay, and he was awesome. And he's like, he goes, my hands are ashy. I gotta do something about that. Anyone got lotion?
And she goes, "What does ashy mean?" I'm like,
what does that mean?
It's like, you don't know. I had to explain. I had to explain the culture. I knew exactly what that meant. So I'm like, duh. Oh. Cocoa butter.
Oh my goodness. Jason explaining Black Culture 101. I wish I was there in the house to listen to that.
You do know that previously I was engaged to a black girl, right?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah.
Man, you sharing everything about yourself.
It's not a secret.
So what?
Yeah.
Judy buried her. That's what happened now.
I don't know. I mean, no.
Man.
And
Well,
then,
let's not go down that
I
rabbit
haven't
hole.
heard from her since. Maybe she is.
Yeah. See, exactly.
You should know. And if she did, she wouldn't tell me anyways.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that, bro. I didn't know that. So,
Yeah.
congratulations, or not congratulations. I guess.
I had to learn what actually was too. I didn't know what that meant. And that went a lot about.
Harry said, "Free yourself, Jason."
Free yourself. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. Name the band. We'll be back.
Oh my goodness! There you go. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. Doom, doom, doom. Oh.
You know who that is, Judy?
Karaoke night. That's what we should have on here. We should have karaoke night.
You do a show by yourself with karaoke. Let's go. We'll bring Harry on too.
We can, because the other screen can have the words and stuff and the music. Yeah, I'm gonna figure that out. I'm gonna have a karaoke night. Yeah, son.
I know the song. I don't know who.
And Vogue.
Yes, son. We're gonna start singing karaoke. Okay.
I'm gonna pull up Adelaide. Masquerade. Here we go. Adelaide. Masquerade. We're gonna cut Orlando off. He's dancing, singing.
There are secret places, hidden faces, things we cannot see. Stories left untold, legends of old and hidden mysteries. Stand tall, mask fall, but before they hit the ground, I'll say a prayer for you. Yes. Don't waste my time or waste your life living a lie. Don't dance with the demons that pass you by. You is my desperate fighter, lost in this masquerade. This masquerade. Nothing's as it seems, like a dream spins its evil lair. Sent to mesmerize your heart with lies and try to keep you there. Away, don't break. I don't wanna see you fall into no escape. Don't waste my time or waste your life living a lie. Don't dance with the demons that pass you by.
That's right. That's right. We are back. This is Quake RYC Praises. I'm sure Orlando's up to. Looks like he's ready in a boxing match, ready to join in. Tell people what to do. Oh, this is a conversation with the Katz. Quake RYC. What's he wearing? I don't know. We don't ask questions. We don't ask questions here. We just move on to the next story. Once again, this is Monday night. Conversation with the Kansas. Orlando's being Orlando. No, he's
Hello.
I'm like, hold on. Remove. No, I was kidding. No, I was kidding. But I think it's that money time.
Yes.
Money.
So my mindset is.
Lady, hey, let me introduce you correctly, please. Okay. Just hold your horses. Hold your horses.
We don't have horses.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to introduce Miss Judy Katz with the financial moments. Yes, let's go. Money.
It sounded like Linda.
Okay.
Did it not? We'll leave that on.
So, if you are trying to get on a budget and you're struggling, once you get your budget done, write down for a week what you're spending, and that'll give you an idea of what you need to budget for the month. And then those things that you find are holes in your bucket, aka where you spend money that like on a whim or impulse buys. Like a lot of people, that's Amazon or whatever platform. Ours was groceries in Amazon. So like groceries to pay cash with, and Amazon you buy a prepaid debit card, and for what we need for that time it was dog food and the energy drinks. And so we would literally just buy what we needed to pay for those, and then on a prepaid debit card, or Amazon card, and then use it that way. So you wouldn't overspend. And then if you're on Amazon and you want something, you don't know if it's a need or a want or something, leave it for 24 hours and then come back to it the next day. If you still want it, you buy it. If not, you can probably leave it. I left more things in my cart or on my list that way than what I bought, so which is a good thing.
Or the other was when they say spend $50, get free shipping. They just sit there trying to find something to add.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what I had? Well, I had that on something. I remember what I was buying, but it was like for $18 more, I could get free shipping.
That's how I met my first wife. I sent her back.
You sent her back? Your first? Was there a second wife? How many have you had?
And we don't talk about her.
Is she buried too? Oh. We don't talk about her. Oh.
So basically, goodness gracious.
Is this help? I'll do that. Keep talking.
No. So basically, where you kind of overspend, either pay cash for or get a prepaid debit card for what you need to spend on it, and then that'll help stop overspending. Help stop an overspending on things.
Yeah.
But that's just something that we've done that has seemed to work really well. Because if you have a credit card or a debit card and you have money, then you can just overspend out of your account, Whereas if you have a prepaid debit card with a balance on it, a limit on it, then when that money's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
So you can't overspend. So, just words of advice.
Yeah. It said, like Harry said, Amazon has caused problems, and it can cause problems in households and stuff, and people.
I do want to counter it.
But it needs to kind of stay. It's hard to stay away from when everything's through Amazon.
Yeah, when you had said that, gosh, what did you say? Well, you just said it. Oh, you spend $18. The only time I've ever, since being on the Ramsey program, every time I've ever done that is when it's going to cost me $7 in shipping, and it says add $2 more, and you can get free shipping. And I bought something, I think it was like $4. So I still save money on that, because I was going to spend 50, like for example, 56 with shipping, and I spent 52 instead. In a case like that. But if it's going to cost me more, and I'm like, no, I don't need it. I might want it, but I don't need it.
Like Harry said, there's the rolls of cash. I said I use rolls of ones surrounded with 5, so I look like I'm living big. But I got a wad of ones, not a lot of ones, a wad of ones. It might be $18. And I got that 5 on there. Looking good. PayPal has a 4% interest yield on their savings. 4% is a good number now. When the other ones are 1.75%. Half of an Abraham Lincoln penny.
Yeah.
I got 2 pennies today. It's exciting days in this world.
Yeah. Dork stack.
Dork stack. Well, I'm a dork, that's for sure. We already know that. And we don't. In Orlando's Orlando. We love them. We've gone past her a lot of time of an hour.
Yes.
It's time to go. Bye, guys. Click. No, I'm just kidding. Do you have anything for us, Mr. Orlando presents? One of the idioms, the prophecy, Pat?
Idioms. Peekaboo.
I was wondering. It's like that just doesn't look right.
You okay there?
Woo!
Don't stand up. Water.
Woohoo!
I don't have to go to the bathroom. I done figured it out.
Is that from Saturday night? You see, this is how good of the friendship we got and relationship we got here. 12 hours with us on Saturday. 12 hours. And he still came back on.
And continued for some more agony. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he's like, I'm coming back. Oh,
nah, man. But yeah, you're right about that Amazon stuff, man. You got to watch out for Amazon, too. They try to be slick a lot of times and take money where they're not supposed to be taking money. I've gone through that plenty of times with Amazon. So definitely, pay attention to that, y'all. Pay attention to what they're doing. And don't sign up for anything that you don't want to sign up for through them, like Judy was saying. So,
well, we had Audible, and that was before they got sued for not canceling the Audible program. And we got refunded like 3 months on that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But you see what Amazon, it's not what they just started doing. They've been doing it for a minute now, but they broke down the $100 a month thing. So now I think they charge $100 a year. Now they charge per month.
Yeah.
I was like, boy, they really think they slick.
Well, and that will also be where when you shop Amazon, a lot of times for shipping, they'll offer free shipping.
You're not in the camera.
Sorry.
Scoot over a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
They'll offer free shipping.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to check out, they automatically put in the charged shipping for a sooner date. So make sure you go down each item. And it's not just you change it once. You change for each item that you ordered for free shipping.
And then also, and they do that too when you're supposed to be Prime.
Yeah. Well, they're used to people just pointing, clicking, and going, not paying attention. Going, oh, and they're like, oh, now I get my refund. Oh, well, you said yes to terms and conditions, and
that's exactly 100% correct on that. That's exactly how they get you. That's exactly how they get you.
Take the extra time and make sure that you're not paying for. Because I think I don't remember what I bought. It was something minor. It was supposed to be free shipping because it was over $50. And I didn't buy extra. I bought what I needed. and it came out to be like $84, and I'm like, what?
Where did that extra come in?
Well, they
Wow.
charged me for shipping on the 3 items that I ordered.
Did
And it
y'all
was
know that they shipped on
$21.
Sundays?
What was
Huh?
that?
Did y'all know that they delivered on Sundays?
Uh-huh.
They do now. Yeah.
I did not. I didn't realize that until what was it? I think last month sometime. I was in the kitchen, being my stalkerific self, looking outside, and I saw somebody from Amazon delivering a package to one of my neighbors across the street, and I was like, "Since when they deliver on Sunday?" I was like, "Wow, they
think
really
that's-
trying to take over."
You know.
And it's paid shipping. But the main question is, what did your neighbors get?
I wasn't that stalkericious,
Okay.
so I was gonna sneak over there, but I said maybe not
Okay.
today.
Just curious, because I mean, I might.
Yeah, I really don't know. It was something small. It wasn't a big package. It was something small. So, and I know they had to pay, pretty penny extra for that. You know what I'm saying, for a Sunday delivery.
Not necessarily. I mean, they had the vans are going. I mean, there's lots of them out there on Sundays still.
Wow.
So I just think they're trying. I mean, they're trying to capitalize on shipping anytime, anywhere,
Man, in a minute they're gonna be taking over shipping letters. They're gonna take over post office.
Mhm.
And pretty soon they're going to tell you what you need to order, and they'll send stuff at your door, drop it off, and say, "Now you owe us $18." I'm stuck on 18.
I still remember the guy that could not figure out why he kept getting Amazon packages, and he finally checked his credit card statement, and he owed like $3,000. Well, so he's like, "What is going on? Who is ordering this stuff?" And he's like, "Who's ordering all this stuff?" So he set up a camera. He had a parrot that talked, and he kept saying, "Alexa, order flour. Alexa, order sugar. Alexa, order body wash. Alexa, order shampoo. Alexa, order." So he kept
Oh
getting
my
because
goodness.
it was stuff he was using. So he just thought, his wife or daughter were ordering stuff. He didn't think nothing about it. So he
Right.
realized that the parrot was ordering it.
Yeah.
Now that's funny. That is funny.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, cause we got a Amazon center right down the street from me, and I just trip out how But I don't know if they already built it or they're in the process of building it. But in a couple of states, they're supposed to be building like an Amazon center, not center, but an Amazon community, and the employees can actually live there in the houses and stuff. But that's a part. That's going to be a part of their payment will automatically come out living there in the Amazon community. So I'm telling you, Amazon's trying to take over. Y'all better watch out. Now,
there was a
now
movie that talked about that.
say it again.
There was a movie that had that where I can't remember who it was, a comedy-ish, but you worked for the company and you lived in that town, Amazon town or whatever it was called.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
And then
I can't remember.
and they take you use the card and it comes off and all your money is
Tied up into Amazon. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Amazon.
You don't have to do anything. Basically, just go to work and go home. That's it.
Yeah, everything else is free to you, but
your anonymity is gone as well.
And think about the level of expectation they have for you too.
They get your husband and wife for you. They ship it within 2 days.
Within 2 days, if it's in the town, it should be like within a couple hours. Just to your door. You thought about this earlier, so we sent it to you.
Oh my goodness! Now that would be creepy. You living inside of a smart house, and they'd be like, "Well, we see what you're thinking of. You thought about this, so here you go." I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did.
Then you think about something else, and it shows up at your door too. Wait, what?
Oh my goodness!
I wouldn't like that.
No.
There's a line.
There's a line.
I don't want to sleep where I work every day. I mean, I've had to do calls, so I've had to sleep where I worked. You know what I mean?
I sleep where I work, right there.
Right. But being on call, but I don't want to necessarily sleep in the same place my boss.
Yeah.
where my boss can look out his window and go, I see you outside picking your garden, but you called in sick.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Try calling out on a job like that. Oh, we see.
Well, I remember when I used to work at the YMCA, and I used to work at the hospital over here at the same time. And sometimes I would get off from work from the hospital at 11:30, but I had to be at the Y at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh.
So I would just spend the night at the hospital in one of the rooms, and then go ahead and leave and go to work at the Y instead of going all the way home and everything. So I did that pretty often. Kept that charade up.
Yeah. the best gig I had was working third shift at the casino. It was part time at the time, and working part time driving a bus.
What casino did you work at?
What's it called now? Bally's. It was called Jumers at the time.
Was it in Missouri?
No, it's in Illinois. Illinois.
I mean, There's
a river.
Did you know anybody down there, or know a young lady that I believe she used to work in used to work in human resources or whatever, a woman named Angela?
Not I already heard it. We had like
short African American young lady.
Yeah, short African American, but her name was Angela.
The reason why I asked is because I went to school with a young lady, and she's my ex, but I went to school with her when I used to go to this place called Sanford Brown, and when I was studying criminal justice there, and she ended up getting her degree and stuff and started working in human resources at the casino down there for a long time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was doing that, I was doing casino housekeeping. We wiped down machines, vacuum floors, that kind of thing. Third shift. But then I worked for the bus company, driving little short buses, paratransit type stuff. So I would
adequate for you.
Yeah. I would drive my van to the bus depot I'd park there, take my bus, do my route, go back, and I would take the city bus back to our place, back to our house in Silvis. I rolled for free. Take a little power nap on that 20-minute ride, 15-minute ride, go home, sleep, then get up, hop the bus again to go back for my second part of my shift. So I had a split shift. And then I power nap till I got there. And then, when I was done with that shift, drive back home. And then I drove to work. For the third shift. But I was getting those little power naps, and I was like, that's how I got to sleep wherever I can get it. But I got free transportation to and from work during the day. And if I really ever needed a place to stay, I had the hotel at the casino at least. Never used it, but I know how they clean those rooms.
Yeah. Yeah. Gross.
If you knew the people that were cleaning that stuff, yeah, you wouldn't want it.
Yeah, I don't think I would feel too comfortable in those casino rooms anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like there'd be like cameras and stuff in them.
I mean, well, the cameras never bother me. Even when you're going to clients' houses, if you got cameras, if you want to see something, hey, I'll show you something. I
see something, I'll show you something.
Yeah, I picked that off of parents. You want something to cry about? I'll give you something to cry about. I'm like, man, how abusive is that, dude? Come on. Those abusive words, if I ain't never heard none. You want something to cry about? And then the face they give you, I'll give you something to cry about. Keep crying. Like, wow. Like, that's going to slow me down from crying. I mean, come on now. What?
I did watch a guy. He did a really good reel about his daughter was throwing a fit in Walmart, and he took her out to the car. sat her on the hood of the car and said, "Are you done?" She's like, "No," and she's like, "Okay, just keep going then." And he said, and she's like, "I want to go inside. I want to go inside, Mom." And he goes, "As soon as you're done, you need to stop acting a fool. You're a big girl. You need to start acting like one. This is not how, And so she stopped crying and she goes, "Are you done?" He goes, "Okay, wipe your face. We'll get going." And then she kind of started acting up again. He's like, "Okay," put her back on the hood of the car and said, "We're not going until you're done." So, I mean,
Man, I would have left her on that hood. That's why. See, that's why God knows I don't need children. I'm telling you, because the first time my daughter or son told me, "I hate you, Daddy," like you what? Excuse me? I hate you. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Soon as we get to the house, all they stuff being thrown out the window.
yeah, I just recently don't have kids. Just saying, I knew that we didn't need kids either because
Imagine the
My
little
kids-
mini me's running around.
my kids, even if they were adopted, my kids would be in therapy for years.
Oh my goodness.
Talking about how we forced them to clean their room and we made them responsible for their actions and all that stuff.
Yeah, and all those other stories, but we never know.
I mean, it's too much nowadays that parents have to go through with their children. So, bless you, parents out there. All the
Absolutely.
things that y'all have to go through. Salute to y'all, man. Because I know I was a handful with my mom. I know I was. I mean, I did so much crazy things, and I know God was watching over me because I did a lot of stuff my mom don't even know to today. The things that I did.
Orlando, or you don't think she knows.
No. She doesn't know.
Okay.
So what were those things
Yeah,
again?
that's the absolute truth. She doesn't know about a lot of stuff I got into. Because if she would have known, boy, I wouldn't be sitting here.
And the answer is the statement is yet. We will talk about that right now. Let's bring that up. Just kidding.
Wow.
No. I want to live.
What is this? A Dr. Phil moment?
Yeah. Right now, we have a special guest right now. Hold on one second. Let me bring her in. No, just kidding.
When I was 25,
Hey, that's all good.
And I didn't think
Huh?
my parents knew. When I was 25, I picked up smoking, and I didn't think my parents knew. And she goes, "Yeah, we knew.
Wow.
You don't think we could smell it?
Wow.
But you're grown. You're your own person." It's like you knew and didn't say anything.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, my only thing was I know it's bad. I know it's bad now, but back then I really, of course you really don't think about it. After a while, when my mom and dad split up or whatever, it was just pretty much me and her and stuff and my little niece. So a lot of times I can get away with stuff when she was gone to work. So I can hang out with my friends, go hang out, do stuff that she has no clue of what I'm doing. So yeah. As long as I didn't get arrested, that's the one thing that parents don't put the fear in their kids no more. Because my mom put that fear in me once I started getting older. You get locked up, you stay in there. Yep. I'm not wasting no money to come and get you. And my mom was for real about it. She wasn't one of those that just said it and was joking high and she would still come and get you. Nah. That fear was in me that she would never come and get me, and that's why I was like, okay, yeah.
I had a different fear. I didn't want them to come get me because I'd be afraid of what was going to happen. I'd be safer in jail. I would have been safer in jail. If I got arrested for something, it would not have been pretty.
Yeah, that's the same thing with me.
Yeah,
same thing with me.
That's because you're saying that you don't want to come home. You're right. I don't want to come home. You're free to go. No, I'm not.
That's when they go, "We're calling your mom to come get you." "No, please, can I just stay?
Can I just stay
here, please?"
I want to live.
TD Jakes told a story, and it's so funny. When he was, what's the song? "My Heart's on Fire." Dear Lila. Is it?
Delilah?
Yeah. And he's like, there's a girl that he went to school with that he had a crush on. And I think he said he was like 9 or 10. and he had a crush on her, and her name was Delilah, and so he took her his mom's jewelry and gave her his mom's jewelry.
Wow.
And he goes, I thought I was being nice, and I was giving it to her and all this stuff. And so then he got in an argument because he saw TDJ saw the girl talking to another guy. And after he gave her the jewelry and stuff, and he's like, I didn't like her anymore. And I got mad at her and I threw a rock at her. Because I threw it in her direction. I didn't throw. I didn't hit her. So no one called the police or, children's services on me or anything. But he goes, and I was done with it. And then her mom called, my mom. And she goes, oh, my mom goes, oh, isn't that so cute? And he goes, oh, well, no, good. I'm not in trouble. He goes, until she got off the phone.
Wow.
She tanned me. He goes, she tanned me from my feet, the bottom of my feet up to the top of my head.
Yeah, he never did that again.
He goes, I never stole anything ever again.
I bet you didn't. Shoot. That's what I'm saying, man. Parents nowadays don't put that fear in their kids no more. I think the kids have I think the parents have more fear of the kids than the other way around.
Well, I don't think they have fear of kids. They have fear of child services based on someone judging how they.
Nah, I think it's more so they got fear of their kids because some of them allow their kids to do so much. It's unexplainable. It's like I don't care about no child services. That's my child. If my child did something wrong, well, yeah, y'all better come lock me up because they're going to know not to do it again.
Yeah.
Because it's so much on, oh, don't whip your kids. Oh, that's wrong to beat I say beat, but just mean, whooping your child. Like the Bible said, you spare the rod, hey, come on now.
Yeah.
Nah. That's why so many kids are so bad now.
And it's really not fair to the kids because you grow up thinking you have no boundaries. It's like
no consequences for your actions.
And you think, I don't feel like going to work today, and all of a sudden 2 days later you're fired, or 3 days later you're fired, and you don't understand why.
Because they don't have no consequences for their actions, and a lot of parents
consequences for their actions.
And a lot of parents reward bad behavior. You can't do that. You can't reward bad behavior.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't mean it. Come on, Johnny. Let's go get some ice cream. Nah, Johnny better go up in his bedroom and and worry if he gonna have dinner for the night.
Well, that's it. They made it a criminal offense if you don't feed your kids 3 meals a day.
Well, and I tell the government, come feed him. Then he was bad. Since
he'll live a day without food or not a meal.
It ain't gonna hurt him. Heck, shoot, it is not gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
But my mom,
can I go ahead?
My mom always said, "This is what I made for dinner. You get it or you don't. I don't care."
There you go.
Good choice.
My mom too.
She never took away food. Clearly.
My mom be like, I'm not making nothing else. So you either hungry or you're not hungry. So
you'll eat it when you're hungry.
There you go. And I didn't die. I ain't go out and shoot up nothing and do anything and then try to turn around. Oh, my mom, my dad. Oh. Well, some people, I understand. Yes, some people did go through some hellacious household growing up. I do, feel for them. But some of them were just spoiled. They just didn't get their way, so they went out and did something stupid. Those are the folks I'm talking about.
I was spoiled. I know that.
That would be me.
But I also had the fear when I was at my formative ages. I'd say between like 8 and 12. I had my mom, Jewish mother. Well, my grandma. Well, at 8 until 8, my grandmother. And my Jewish mother. Down the street, I had my aunt, Jewish aunt, and across the street, I think it was 12 or 13. I had my best friend at the time. His dad was military in the Army at 25 years, black family. and she scared the crap out of me because you do not ever know. I mean, so I had that little triangle. So we all stayed in line. She's like, "This is what you do." If I went a little too far down the block, my aunt was watching. Went across the street, she was watching. In the house, my mom like, "I'm in trouble." So just don't do anything. I'm gonna get in trouble. I had 3 ladies watching me that had no problem.
That whooped you.
They had no problem doing that at all. I'm like,
Wow.
"Okay, I'm covered. I'm not gonna do
So
anything."
you actually lived in a community, a real community.
Oh
A
yeah.
real village.
Well, we had a little bit of everything there too. I mean,
Yeah, I mean
But I said,
that's,
I
that's
learned.
awesome.
yeah, I mean, I learned that if I go those directions, I was always somebody watching somehow.
Were you the oldest or the youngest?
Youngest.
Youngest, mentally or
Youngest.
physically.
Well, we already know the other one. I was just trying to be nice. But
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in 8 years.
wow,
Well, yeah, how long
Yeah.
has it been faith? 9 years. So 9 years.
we are all so broken. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
You
I
know,
feel like
God
you gotta
has,
connect with them. I'm like, no, it's okay.
God has put together such a broken vase, and it's just so beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah. Look at us.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey.
God was like, man, you're broken, and you're broken. Y'all need to get together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like one of those vases with a whole bunch of different broken bottles that they put together to make a beautiful vase.
Mhm.
That's us.
Yep.
Yeah. And like stained glass
That's us.
window.
Yeah. Shucky ducky quack quack.
Yeah. On that note,
I never heard that.
I'm gonna ask a question. Something I saw. I'm not sure if it's appropriate to ask or not. But I know you
Oh my
posted it.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Appropriate.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know
worried
anything
about
about
being
it.
appropriate. Come on.
Ask him if he was wearing pants. What can you ask him?
You already asked me.
Oh, that's a joke. He said he started it. So
Now,
what is mental pact?
what you call his face? Now Jason's face turning red. Ooh, look at everybody.
what is mental impact radio? And what is
Mental Impact
what else?
is actually the very first record label that I ever had when I was in St. Louis, Missouri, and I had a group called the Soul Survivors
Okay.
that was under that group. It was three individuals and one DJ and and everything. So we used to perform at a lot of different places. And once things really started picking up and everything, it wasn't a gospel group, but it was we never cursed in our lyrics, so it was a conscious. We just considered ourselves at the time conscious.
Yeah.
But everywhere we performed, we were pretty much the only group that didn't curse. So you can imagine we would get booked in a lot of places that a lot of other groups would not get booked because of that nature. But yeah, and God just put it in my head to to start a record label called Mental Impact. And the Mental Impact wasn't so much geared towards biblical or the Bible at the time, but it was geared towards more so of a conscious state of mind. Mentally, what are you really allowing to impact you? And it was more so music driven, because I have a tattoo on my right arm, and I'm not joking, I'm for real. I have a tattoo on my right arm that has Mental Impact at the top, and then it has a microphone, and the microphone is actually going into a skull's head. So that was the whole thesis of Mental Impact. It was that the music is mentally affecting you, so it's going into your mind. And that's what I've always stood on, the fact that music does control people. It's just like when folks used to say about secular music and stuff or whatever is actually the truth. I mean, the more and more you listen to secular music, the cursing and things of that nature, mentally it is going to affect you in a certain way, unless you're strong enough to know the difference between the two. And the ones that they're really driving towards are kids. So
Mhm.
the kid's brain is still developing. So a lot of times they're not understanding the difference between the true music and the fake music or
Mhm.
what people are rapping about. So yes, it's mentally impacting our youth.
Mhm.
So that was the whole thing with mental impact. And then once um, this mental impact was almost 20, 25 years ago or so when I used to live in St. Louis, if not longer. About probably 30 years actually. But well, yeah, about 30. No, hold on,
The
27,
90s.
27. It was around when I was 27 or so. So I would say about 20 something years, close to that or whatever. I'm 50 now, so yeah. But but yeah, so soon as that went along, and then when I, moved to Virginia, and I started really, bless you, when I started really getting into, CHH and gospel music and things of that nature. A little bit later on, I met up with a guy named Ricardo Mitchell. Shout out to my bro Ricardo Mitchell. Um, he lives in, dang, where does he live? I want to say Brazil, but I know I'm wrong. He doesn't live in the United States. That's all I know. So, but yeah, I met him, and we're still friends to the day on Facebook, and we speak every now and then and stuff like that. He's an artist, so and and I was thinking about bringing Mental Impact back as a radio station or whatever, or just bringing it back. Period. And I told him what I had on my arm and everything, and he was like, "Well, we can keep, sort of like that and have the brain far as spiritually into, the Bible and everything." And I was like, that's cool. I like that image and everything. I like that image of Mental Impact for now. So
You keep
it's
freezing. There you go. You're back.
Mm.
can't do again.
Yeah.
And there y'all go again.
We're good on our end.
but
You're saying
but
something
yeah,
important.
Mental Impact basically took. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Mental
Yeah.
Impact took on a whole nother persona, from where it originated to where it is now. And I've always liked that logo that Ricardo touched up and everything, and changed up a little bit. But it's yeah, I mean, it's something that I'll always stick with. It'll always be with me, especially since I have the tattoo and everything. And I got the tattoo because I said I always wanted to keep myself reminded about that, because that's exactly how I feel about music and everything. I mean, and it is not only for kids, man, it's for adults too, because we allow so much to get into our mental space through musical waves and everything. And it just, I mean, people don't understand, they don't realize how deep the spiritual waves behind music.
Mhm.
When you're sitting there listening to music and you have headphones on and things of that nature, I mean, it's deep, dude. I mean, it gets into your body. It really does get into your mind, get into your spirit. And you have to watch out on what music and what waves you're feeding yourself. And when I tell people, I say all the time that my blood is really musical notes. I feel that. I mean, I feel that because music for me, and not to be cliche about it and stuff or whatever, but music for me, music is therapy for me. When I go through certain things or whatever, I turn to music a lot of times. Happy, sad, mad, whatever, if I'm thinking about certain things. So yeah, mental impact and where music is therapy goes hand in hand. It'll always go hand in hand because it's something psychologically true. Because even if you go to some of these psych hospitals, and they'll work with a lot of the patients trying to work with music therapy,
Mhm.
you know, to calm somebody down or whatever, and things of that nature, especially with with seizure patients and stuff. A lot of times they'll try to play music and say, okay, can that help or whatever.
There's a
So
there's a whole music section out there that on YouTube that, and I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying it exists. They have found that theta waves and delta waves are highest when you're sleeping. So they'll put um, these delta waves and theta waves in certain frequencies in this music, and I'll be out like a light.
mm,
You do have to be careful because they can put subliminal messages in them. And
yeah.
yeah, so you gotta be a little careful with that. But like alpha waves are for when you're trying to study. Supposedly helps you retain more information,
Yeah.
and and then delta, theta, alpha.
A lot of people.
Omicron.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, I was just gonna say a lot of people just don't know how deep music really is for me. Is not just a thing of me listening to music. I mean, I take music very, very seriously.
So do I.
So, it's like, yeah.
I
That's why when somebody, go ahead.
I grew up around music. My dad played semi-professional. He played saxophone. He played in jazz bands, blues bands, big band, like orchestras and all that. Musical theater. I mean, he was in the pit down there. So I mean, I went to a lot of musicals as a kid too. No, I mean, he was down there doing the music. So I grew up with that appreciation of different, because he played a saxophone and clarinet.
Okay.
But it's nice to be in a big band, and he had a saxophone, but he'd also play that in a jazz band. Same instrument, different use, different sound.
Yeah.
So I learned that different instruments can be different things. Like a drum has a different meaning and feel in hip hop than it might have in metal, kind of deal. So I mean, I learned to appreciate that music is, you feel it when it goes through. Whatever type it is, you have it loud enough, you definitely feel it. But so it sounds like what I get from the conversation, there's either that's going to be our record or the record label or another radio station or show. I think minimally it should be the record label. I'm cool with that name. But did you freeze again? Orlando gone. He froze. Well, welcome back to this is.
Yeah, we both froze again.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't freeze.
Yep, there you go.
Your phone in your hand, like
Keep on moving around. I refuse to freeze. You're not gonna get me, Mr. Freeze. You're not gonna get me, Mr. Freeze.
I don't think that was intentional.
Man,
Welcome back to Conversations with the Katz here on Quake RYC Praise News, our 2-hour edition.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
No, it's coming up on 2 hours. I'm not upset. I'm just stating.
Time flies, man, when you're doing something, I guess they say.
Yeah. What's our special guest here? Orlando presents.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm down with it, bro. Mental Impact Records. I mean, a subsidiary of Quake RYC Praise News, where music is therapy.
Yeah, I guess gotta see the details on how that works, or even if it became its own 501c3. That's always a possibility too. Where you're the director of that, and that's your thing, and kind of deal. And that's cool. I'm not gonna be, we'd work together, but that could be your baby in that aspect.
Can I tell them?
No.
Can I put out what you originally said?
No, maybe.
Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
Hey.
I'll override your husband. No, I'm just
on Saturday.
I got 0 votes anyway, so I mean.
On Saturday, you sent me a text that said,
he said, "Hi, baby." Oh.
No, he said the music, DA, vessel, VESSEL music, kind of like after
We
King
had
David
King
Vessel.
David on there, and it's a
Vessel.
it was, yeah,
So anyway,
broken vessel
and he
too.
said, or DVM, and I said, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. And this is what he sent me.
Oh my goodness.
Veterinary medicine. That's what you got out of
That
that.
is funny, man. That is funny.
The
I
best thing-
actually was thinking the other day that mental impact radio or mental impact, whichever one we want to, work with or whatever, it'll just basically be, attached along with, RYC. I mean, along with Quake, RYC Praise News / Mental Impact Radio. So, and we can, because I kind of sort of wanted to have Mental Impact Radio, whatever we do with it or whatever, it'll concentrate strictly on CHH. So,
we kind of got that
it'll,
already with the programs we have. It's pretty much during the day. It's
yeah.
yeah, we can make
So,
that.
but
Part
I don't want to cut out, the Christian rock portion of it at all. So I guess the Christian rock portion will still stay up underneath, Quake RYC, and
Yeah.
then everything else will go under, the sub of Mental Impact and stuff. Because I actually had a brief conversation with Tricord. What was that, Sunday? I think he messaged me Sunday or something like that, and he was talking to me about the label and everything and the idea for the label. Well, my idea for it, in which we can expound on it and talk more about it, and I've always had this idea because I tried to do it early some years ago as well, and I had a couple of artists, but it just didn't never really come together and work out. But that we make it kind of sort of like a community label. And what I mean by that is whatever artist decides to sign on, yes, you're signing on under a record label, but you still have control of your music and what you need to do. We'll be here to help. It's kind of sort of slash a marketing / label company, because we'll be here, to help do, marketing and push your stuff and things of that nature. And we will still work out percentages for whatever's, being done and sold and stuff. But everybody would go in together to do like albums and go in together to release singles and things of that nature. So the artist will always feel like they're having a hand in what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like a label trying to take over your creativeness or anything or whatever. We're still all working together as one community, channel to get stuff done and put out the true word of God, because that's the first and foremost. And what we're doing this for is to put out, the message.
Yeah.
So, if the artist isn't on board with that, then hey, we, sorry, but we can't deal with you, because this is something that, is going to be bigger than all of us. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have Mental Impact Radio next year's event for the 12-hour. That's what it's going to be.
Well, it'll be.
No.
Well, it'll be / Mental Impact Radio, because we always got to keep Quake in the forefront, because Quake is the mother company. Quake RYC is the mother company, so that's just a subsidiary up underneath the umbrella of Quake and everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we gotta make sure that we have the spacing right, so it doesn't show up as Quaker YC. Or Quackery C. Quackery C.
Yeah.
Make sure the
So the only thing about it is, next year I looked at the calendar already. The 1st is on a Monday, so we would probably have to do it. That 31st, that Saturday.
Yeah.
So, but people still know it's us, and and what we're doing and things of that nature. So it's still close to it. It doesn't have to absolutely be on the 1st.
No.
So,
no, it's just around that time frame.
I mean, the 1st. Excuse me, the 1st is the 30th. Yeah.
First is
Not the 31st, because the 31st would be Sunday if the first is on a Monday.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We got a year to figure that out.
Yeah, but I just don't want the year to creep up on us because you know how time flies. You start doing other things.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's like, what is it? Oh my God, it's January.
Yeah.
No.
And then I was also thinking about us getting I mean, we can talk about this more off air and stuff, but getting an onboard graphic designer.
Yeah.
So
You do great work. You can be it. No, for someone besides you.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Eventually, I'm gonna be. All of us are gonna be so busy doing other things. We're not gonna have time to do. The flyers and stuff too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, especially if we're talking about picking up artists.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's gonna fill the space.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get that. So we'll do one more song and then call it a night.
All righty.
All right.
Yeah, since we ended up doing a 2-hour show, I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't need to do a 2-hour show. No.
Hey, after
I mean,
12 hours.
but now it seems like it's second nature. Yeah, you're right. After doing 12 hours, it's like 2 hours. What? It's nothing.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna fill an hour. Well, we can fill 12.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna switch
Like
to
how
that.
some folks be talking about going to jail. Oh, I could do 3 hours standing on my head. Yeah, you probably will be standing on your head, but we won't talk about that. But all righty, go ahead and do your thing.
So we're gonna end it with the Adelaide song.
It's
What
on-
really matters.
It's on the other one.
And
One more
screen change.
screen change. Hold on.
We're almost matching your wardrobe changes the other day.
It's like the wardrobe change, but different.
Woo-hoo!
This is on air. There we go.
And this is just because, with mental impact with music, this is something that impacted me when I heard it for the first time. It kind of fit with what we were going through and stuff. So.
And prayerfully, if it works out, which it will, you'll actually get to meet up with Adelaide in a couple of weeks when we go back to the Iowa, Illinois area, because they're doing their show April 29th in Orion, Illinois, with 3 Days Under and Outlaws for the Cross. So they're gonna be like an hour from us, so we might have to go check them out again.
All right, yeah, and y'all can go live while y'all there.
I could figure that out. If I could figure out how to do it, I could probably do that.
All you got to do is when you go on your phone. All you have to do is go to go to your search engine on your phone and just type in StreamYard.
Yeah, I should be able to.
As long as you're typing in from the same email, or you just type in the email and then pop up and everything will be there.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get that. That'll be awesome. I'm gonna have to get their permission to stream that way if they'll let us. But yeah, I'll talk to Craig on that. See what we say.
I don't know why they wouldn't let you stream that way, just because
Yeah.
it gives them promotion.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely an idea. But anyways,
You're considered. We are considered journalists. We have our own station and stuff, whatever. So you're considered, a journalist or broadcast or whatever they want to call it. So,
communications. I'm horrible at communicating.
All right, do your thing, bro.
Okay. So we want to see on Adelaide. Go ahead, finish that. Go ahead and introduce it one last time.
What really matters.
Look in the mirror and wonder who you are. Unrecognizable beyond the scars. You get back up and dust your feet again. Rekindle the fire stolen by the wind. But this time it's different. There's a piece of you that's missing, but you will make it through this. one step at a time.